1 is on fire. The huge explosion. And every available ambulance, everything you got.
The events of September 11th, 2001 were unbelievable, even as we all watched those horrifying images live on television. The terror attacks shocked the American psyche.
A lot of different emotions from anger, but certainly a sense of patriotism.
One of the planes could be en route to California.
Disasters happening on the East Coast.
Yeah, went in the Pentagon.
Reverberated west to Sacramento, just as Cal OES staff were about to begin a new era with their new state-of-the-art State Operations Center.
Tragic event happened on the East Coast, and then also uncertainty about what it meant for California.
9/11 also shocked the system. The security of our homeland would never be the same.
Things shifted. I would just say they shifted dramatically from an all-hazard emergency management perspective to a almost 100% counterterrorism perspective.
Where wildfires, earthquakes, and floods were once the focus for Cal OES, now it was counterterrorism. And that started an evolution in programs, training, and the fundamental structure of the agency itself.
The obvious is the standing up of both at the federal level and then here in California, the Department of Homeland Security.
Governor Gray Davis issued that executive order in 2003. 6 years later, Homeland Security combined with Cal OES to create the California Emergency Management Agency, Cal EMA. In 2004, the State Threat Assessment System, or STAS, was implemented. 6 fusion centers around California gather and share intelligence and analysis. The primary fusion center is the State Threat Assessment Center, or STAC, and is located in Sacramento.
The STAC's primary goal is to connect the dots, to illuminate the threats and share it with our local partners, our federal partners, and our community partners to prevent the next terrorist attack. Happy to say that intelligence sharing framework that OES and the STAC has put forth is a model across the country.
Beyond the State Threat Assessment Center, we've implemented the State Cybersecurity Integration Center, which is tied through the intelligence network.
CalSIC specializes in fighting attacks in cyberspace. Another post-9/11 creation is the Terrorism Liaison Officer Program, TLO. It's see something, say something on steroids.
We've now trained tens of thousands within California where we actually train people about what are they looking for, what are the kinds of things, protecting people's civil rights, protecting civil liberties, understanding cultural sensitivities.
Know what to look for? Then report suspicions to the fusion centers.
That has all been extremely successful in being able to buy down the amount of threat.
As the years rolled on and away from 2001, the Cal OES evolution built momentum.
Kind of designing an organization to keep pace with what was happening with the federal government. I mean, was a really challenging and dynamic time and a huge undertaking to get it right.
Then this. Hurricane Katrina. That disaster caught a terrorism-focused government unprepared for quick and effective action.
Allow the Mississippi Gulf Coast.
Natural disasters don't wait for anything. In California, we would still respond to massive wildfires, flooding, earthquakes, drought, civil unrest.
This is all happening here. This is not theoretical. It's not something we're just talking about, something that's in a book. This is something that we live every single day here. And OES, as the entity that pulls all that together to ensures that we're all rowing in the same direction, is absolutely critical.
Time to reset disaster assistance. Cal OES came up with the Unified Coordination Group concept.
An idea that the federal government and the state government would come together in a big event and kind of figure stuff out together. And then we've put that into practice so many times. I think the first time that was memorable was in the Oroville evacuation and emergency spillway, and put that into practice and sat together, side by side and figured out how to manage that event. Really efficient and also really important, because at the end of the day, to the public and to these communities, they need help.
And at the end of the day, sometimes what hasn't changed is what's most valuable.
The dedication, the reward that people who work here and in this business clearly feel about helping people is really heartening to see. And I think as I've kind of grown up in this agency and as a leader, that's the one thing that sticks with me.
There's not a segment of public service that has not been leveraged to the maximum degree. And it's a tremendous calling, and I'm just appreciative of all their effort.
For more on what you've seen in this story, and much more that couldn't be told today, please log on to news.caloes.ca.gov and caloes.ca.gov, the official Cal OES website. And be sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms. For all of us here at Cal OES, I'm Sean Boyd.